That could only mean one thing. We are once again watching some more Data Life. And apart from the immortal peril that the Earth is currently in, well, mainly Japan, to be fair, spacequakes, the imminent demise of everyone in the surrounding area. Well, while we're watching the way that how the Earth can be truly saved through the antics of one boy, who I think suffered a severe concussion. This is just a whole delusion. Immediately after coming out of the survival shelter, I think he hit his head. The rest of it, none of it is real. It's the only way that makes sense. Because what the hell is all of this? An invisible floating fortress in the sky and his little sister running the command. Okay. But much like I was advised, just ignore it all. Turn off your brain, enjoy. So let's watch some more. Before this one started to speak, I thought, well, maybe there'd be something interesting to do with space. But no, is this just the dating sim aspect thing of it? Getting in the practice. Noosa. How could you get in the position of being an astronaut while flagrantly flouting international laws? How could you be on Jupiter as a gas giant? That's how I imagine everyone who plays dating sims. But when it is for the survival of humanity and himself, actually learning how to do it efficiently, maybe you would actually put in the effort. Still, there's one thing that is kind of at odds with this show. It tries to take itself somewhat seriously with, the world is in danger. 150 million people were told immediately died at the first instance of these space quakes. And now, just dumb fun. Hey, look, there's some kind of incest jokes. Haha. Okay. It is that shift between the serious and the absurd, which seems to be at odds with each other in this. It's going to take a little bit for me to try and get used to. Also, how actually important are these background characters? Like, his best friend. Ah, is this the origin story for her? Why was she spared the light there? If anything would wake you up in a cold sweat, then memories of your deceased parents would probably do it. What, you need a haircut? An invisible receiver. Okay. Now who's going to be barking into his ears? I wonder. I mean, someone that can't just run away from the conversation. It's kind of their job has to try and respond to students with queries and issues. Although, if he wants to have a actual school life after this, maybe he doesn't want to be too successful. It's just something he had to say to stop her. And the class register? Yeah, he's kind of going a bit overboard. Yeah. The issue with he's not exactly being subtle about it, by the way. Having the earpiece in between every bit of conversation, there's an awkward gap for about 20 seconds while he's waiting for the orders. It would put. He's being fairly good. That's a bit strong. Being fairly good with his act. Well, as long as he's okay to wait. She's going to need a little downtime by herself. Yeah, I don't think she's fit to be a teacher. I'd have the parents live with them. Yeah, run. Not for the over exuberance that she showed, but so many other things. I have no words. Thank you, show. And how are people chosen to be part of the anti spirit team? Is it just those with a strong connection to the space quakes and a desire to fight back against it? Stillborn hagfish. Let's be honest, if anyone expected that kind of insult, you've got a special kind of mind. Big on conversation. What does more? Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know about you, but I'd be very flattered to hear someone sniffing my PE outfit. What the? Yeah. Well, I suppose he's ready for frontline combat now. Well, can you accidentally? Well, yeah, you can accidentally go up with some, and it's signed. Did she just carry that around with her just in case? Or was she waiting for this day? And why exactly at the school? Is this going to be a military advert as well? Join the military, we've got tanks, armed personnel carriers, flying battle girls. Actually, I think that would be a great way to get people to signing up. And considering the inherent abruptness that all these space quakes can just occur, is there a way for them to just excuse themselves from lessons immediately? Well, not lessons, but when people are running for the for the shelters and the like. Yeah, don't worry about me. No need to roll call the rest of the class. I'm out. So they're waiting in the wings. He's going in alone. Why are they so certain that it might even work? Is it because he's at least held a. That wasn't part of his mission or anything. That's just his genuine thought, though. Um, he's the only one that's actually not just been immediately obliterated and actually get into somewhat close range. With 5 marriages and 5 divorces. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be much help. Also, that tagline for him. No wonder he's been divorced 5 times. If I don't think he might be the he might be the most experienced out of everyone here, but I think he should take out the probation officer. I think that he should take out the earpiece now and just go it alone. Unless he wants to die a horrible death. A 5-time divorcee, someone that only cares about the 2D world, someone that is in love with their parolees. And a yandere. Perfect. Just the crew that you want. The A team of the lot. She's not good with faces. Doesn't remember that. Doesn't remember him. Immediately on the defensive. I mean, she's just appeared out of thin air again. Be a little confused. Let me go! Might work. So they all seem like relatively bad. Oh, this is a democracy, is it? They may not agree on things, but we don't exactly have the time to go through this litany of pros and cons for each option. By the time they're done deciding and voting, is he already dead? Uh-huh. I don't think he's in any position to act that cocksure, so. Immediately disregards their options or choices, right? Or the voices in his ear. And here he is again. I mean, has he attempted any? Has he got an alternate uh, plan or goal for being here? Maybe, but not exactly wanting to kill her. Because they're scared. They don't know what's going on. If she is behind the space quakes and they're intentional, then there might be more justification for their words, but still. Why? What was that second one? Being a bit direct there. Oh no. Just a little bit off the top there. Doesn't need a haircut for a while. It seems as though the doesn't see that expression. Is that what just flickered onto the screen? Ah, won't let you make that expression. The shot straight through the heart. But the only time she hasn't immediately attacked him straight after is when he's talking for himself. Don't go jump straight into that promise. Hmm. Yeah, he is a bit of a dumbass. Got himself into this situation. Must be quite a lonely existence, just turning up, having people attack them straight off. Not really chance for a conversation. Does that mean? Hmm. Here's a chance to name the heroine of the story. Cough up some names. Are we good at? Why do you need a stylus? You got a keyboard in front of you. Come up with a name for them. just, just leave him be, gathering as much information as possible. Clarabelle. I mean, Belle is okay, but Clarabelle sounds like you'd be on a farm. And how get? Ah, she agrees with that one. Now, I don't know that much about Japanese naming conventions to know why this not reflect the view of the commission. Anyway, I don't know much about Japanese naming conventions to know why Tome is such a bad name, or why it's better than Toka. But still, Toka sounds decent. She definitely seems a little more happy about that one. And now is she just going to repeat her name several times to get used to it? Ah, I see. But they were getting on fine! Why do they need the intervention of these people? I suppose the AST team aren't exactly in direct communications with those trying to talk to them. I mean, he wasn't shot so far. Digging his heels in, being a bit stubborn, actually might be for the benefit of the world, even if everyone's not exactly helping in the situation. Imagine just sitting down for a nice chat while gunfire is blaring around you. Huh. So she just came into existence, doesn't know much, or who she even is, and yet immediately from her birth, everyone's been out to get her. Dun, da, da. And this is what where he ruins it by listening to them. That's what's happened so far. Does he need basic training? Don't respond to your earpiece to in front of the person you're trying to talk to. I see. They're very interested in the safety of the Earth. We're just shouting "date" constantly when he's facing mortal peril. And now they were firing because they didn't see anyone else was there. How could how could she stand by and let someone that is how we talked to her earlier just put in harm's way, be held hostage? She's so daring to dash into his rescue immediately. Is this another case where he's about to ignore commands and actually do something on his own? I suppose. Well, she's gonna need a few days to rest up. I think when it comes to spirits, she doesn't particularly care if she dies, maybe because she just hates it that much and wants to get rid of them. But still, is he now going to be in Toka's bad books for a bit because he saw how she Origami protected him? Almost as if just ignoring her. Oh yeah. Why can't she just turn up without the spacequake? Or is it because she just left before and didn't phase out or whatever it is? It would definitely draw a few here. Draw a few eyes if she was wandering about in armor. Not going to ask a question why it's the picture of the girl that just rushed in and attacked her last thing she saw. Why did she have to destroy the picture? Okay. Interesting transformation sequence. And where would you like to go for this date, considering you just destroyed most of the local area and everyone is only now trying to get back into the normal swing of things after running down to the survival shelters. I don't think there'll be any nice bakeries or restaurants fully up and running right now. Definitely seems as though he needs to get some better help in his corner. Every decision and thing that they try to help him with backfired horribly. Their own biases and how they would approach the conversation. No wonder they're all so unlucky in love. What is this? The fighting seriousness. Oh, the world's in danger. You got these random spirits which, for some reason, just appear and end up under attack constantly. That I can get behind. The dumb humor. Yeah, sure. The the dating sim aspect where they're talking to him in real time. I'm guessing this is preview. Now, before I mention anything else, let's get right down to the brass tacks of things. The most important question of this series, wholesale. Is it going to be a running joke that him and his best friend are a bit closer of an item? Especially those three girls in the background seem to think so, at least. So, whatever goes in a world that is facing destruction. But I do think Shido is about to run into many, many more problems. Mainly because he was testing out his skills beforehand and might have bitten off more than he can chew, not only with origami dashing out on a date and whatnot. Okay, yeah, we can be a thing. But the teacher, my god, is she scary. I think the fact that she latched on immediately might show she's a little bit. She needs help. Wonder how she'll take it if it was just a no. Everything I said just then was for training purposes. He meant none of it. That's going to go down well. I wonder if by the time we see her next, she'd have picked out the wedding dress. And I will say, second episode in, and I'm feeling quite ambivalent about this show. Because there are bits that I genuinely do enjoy and I'm having fun with. The somewhat serious nature of it, the AST is shooting, then, oh, he's there as well. Oh no, drama. While also the firefight, and he's just, no, I'm not going anywhere. You look like you need help. I want to talk. That was almost genuinely heartfelt and seeming a good bit of character trait for him. Then, smash cut to the team in his ear shouting date. And the running into the one in the hallway and tripping her over. I wonder how prominent those kind of moments are going to be. Somewhat detracts a little bit. I'm not new when it comes to these kind of shows or topics, considering some of the other things I've watched have been quite a bit more overt in some of the aspects, but still, I do hope it kind of meshes a bit better and pulls itself together, because I mean, it seems like two very distinct things trying to smush together into a show. If it weaves it in a little more, less obviously, then I can probably get behind it. Several questions have been being raised. The fact that these spirits brought into the world, they don't know anything, they just appear and then they're being attacked. And then they disappear, only to reappear and be attacked again. No wonder they'd be a little hesitant to enter into a dialogue with anyone. If the first thing you see is someone attacking you, you'd be like, okay, is that what they're like? Are the spirits themselves the cause of the space quakes, or are they also just bystanders in this? And hang on, why is it happening? They're being brought alongside. How many more spirits out there are there? How many is he going to have to talk to? Is there going to be a way to live in harmony without destroying the surrounding atmosphere? We'll have to see. Also, how far in advance do we actually get notifications of the spacequakes? Did it mention it? Because they managed to evacuate the school before it properly went off, so got some time at least. Good thing they've got advance warning at least. Still, I think we're safe. Put our full trust in a CEO and a five-time divorcee. Can't think of anyone better. Still, rather than someone being perpetually on the internet like myself, leave it to everyone else to handle. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing if you want to see more, and believe me, there'll be more. Maybe even jump onto my Discord. But for now, give yourselves a bit of rest, because I hope to see you for the next one. If you would like to help me fix the world, or maybe destroy it, consider joining onto my Patreon instead, because that way we can just watch some anime and slowly wash the rot from the outside. But I do need to thank Noku, Sao, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Shiwan, Tori Jane, and everyone else, because they are on their way to maxing my affection levels.